Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar. My name is Sam Weiss, and I'm an Alliance Manager here at Jamf. It's hard to imagine that JNUC, the Jamf Nation User Conference, was just a few weeks ago. Almost 2,000 Jamf admins gathered in San Diego to discuss managing and securing Apple at scale. Now, this is one of our most exciting events of the year, and as much as the human connection was on display, there was another popular discussion going on throughout the conference, the software connection. Sessions from customers and partners about the power of API, integrations, and connected software were in full force. Of the 150 JNUC sessions, 30 of them were about building efficiencies only possible when your tools are working as one. Today, along with my colleagues on Jamf's Technical Partnerships and Alliances team, we're going to give you a sneak peek into some of this amazing JNUC content. As a reminder, that JNUC content is still exclusive to the conference platform for a few more weeks before it migrates to YouTube. So for that reason, many of you may not have seen any of this yet, and we're excited to be the first to bring it to you. Now, if you find any of this content interesting, please make sure to check out the full session, visit the Jamf Marketplace listing associated to it, or reach out to your Jamf account team with any additional questions. So with that, let's dive into our first partner JNUC recap with Google. Google's growing services business and the evolution of Google Chrome have made both of these tools common names in businesses and schools of all sizes. Now, Google came to JNUC to share the latest integrations that benefit the Jamf admin and empower hybrid work all over the world. So with that, let's roll the JNUC keynote clip.
So please welcome live to the JNUC stage the Vice President of Chrome Engineering from Google, Parisa Tabriz. Kind of disclosed to the whole world that I use Chrome browser as my enterprise browser, but that didn't just happen. You put a lot of work into people like myself choosing Chrome as their enterprise browser. Tell us a little bit about that.
We've been investing in Chrome browser and making a great browser for work for over a decade. You saw a demo earlier which included Chrome Browser Cloud Management, and that's our browser management solution. And last year, I was here virtually at JNUC and talked about how you can use Chrome Browser Cloud Management and how easy it is to start managing your Chrome on Mac devices with Jamf Pro. I also shared last year how we want to extend those benefits to iOS devices, and I'm super happy to share that that capability actually just launched a couple months ago, and that was what you saw in the demo. You all are partners with us on the Beyond Corp Enterprise Alliance, so thank you for that. That partnership started last year with integration on Mac devices.
OS, yeah.
Yes, and we wanted to extend that same benefit to iOS devices as well, and that's what we are working on and actually launching early next year.
After the action-packed keynote, JNUC attendees had an opportunity to go deeper on every topic that it covered. Another Google session covered the basics of Chrome Browser Cloud Management and how it's helping one school in particular develop a solid browser strategy that supports safety, security, and learning. Let's meet up with Alex and Matt as they share a bit about success with Chrome and Jamf.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex Bauer. I'm a Chrome Browser Enterprise Customer Engineer. In a nutshell, I pretty much help spread the gospel of Chrome to our enterprise customers.
I'm Matt Green. I'm the Systems Integration Coordinator for Lubbock Cooper ISD.
What is Chrome Browser Cloud Management? It is our browser management solution that allows you to manage Chrome from anywhere in the world. It allows you to set up a unified policy and then deploy that policy on all of your devices. The current focus for it is security and user experience. And then the best part about this whole solution is that it's complementary. It's part of the Google Admin Console, so if you are a Google shop, you already have that. If you're not a Google shop, you can sign up now using that QR code that you can see in here.
Just a little bit about why Chrome is the browser of choice for Lubbock Cooper. So just from an IT perspective, has the ability to be a managed browser, which is a big thing for us because that introduces a lot more browser security. When the user first launches Chrome, we have a configuration from app config that we've grabbed the enrollment token that Alex just talked about, place that into the app config for the Chrome browser, and now that config is installing itself onto the Chrome browser. We can require a browser sign-in like you saw in my zero-touch video a couple slides ago. You can also require a certain pattern of account to sign in. So this basically negates all of the personal accounts that students may use to sign into a Chrome browser, which is huge for us. As well as, like Alex mentioned, remove incognito mode on the iPad, which is something that I don't think you could do until recently.
Another integration area between Jamf and Google is found in the BeyondCorp Alliance. Jamf connects with the Google Admin Council to drive security intelligence about managed devices in order to offer an elevated level of security when accessing corporate applications. Let's join Prashant and Travis as they talk about our shared values in Zero Trust and make an exciting announcement for Jamf and Google mobile customers.
Hi everyone, my name is Prashant Jain. I am product manager at Google, responsible for BeyondCorp Alliances. Excited to be here. Zero Trust at its core is trust nothing, verify everything. The idea of implicit trust in any single component of a complex interconnected system creates significant, existential even, security risk. It is eliminating privileged networks. It centers on having a deeper context on users and devices, and then enforcing continuous authorization. Some of you might be familiar with BeyondCorp, that is Google's own implementation of Zero Trust. We took all of these learnings and built an offering that organizations can now use, BeyondCorp Enterprise. Organizations can also incorporate signals from other technology vendors, such as Jamf. Through our partnership with Jamf, we are actively addressing the need for increased security and access management and keeping your entire workforce safe.
So we just talked through the Mac OS side of things for the integration between BeyondCorp Enterprise and Jamf Pro. We are looking to bring iOS and iPad OS support with this integration in the near future as well.
When the integration for Jamf was announced, there was a lot of excitement in our field because customers have been asking for that. And we have seen a strong adoption of the Mac OS integration.
Lastly, Parisa and Amol from Google sat down with Dean to discuss the changing landscape of remote work and how Jamf and Google both play roles in enabling it on Apple.
We have a couple of esteemed guests here. Amol Kabe, who is the Senior Director of Product Management at Google, and then Parisa Tabriz. She is the VP of Chrome browser at Google. I want to start out with the question of how all of you have seen work change over the past couple of years.
Google was digital native for a long time. Chrome, my team, is very, very distributed. And so I think we had an easier time than others. I'm excited to see how hybrid will continue to enable flexibility and innovation. Like, I really do see products, technologists, kind of innovation coming from that change, and excited to see how that can continue to happen.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we saw right off the bat was IT leaders taking the forefront in that transformation journey. We used to joke in the pre-COVID era and say, coffee shop IT, we want to enable some customers to be able to work from coffee shops. But really, we didn't imagine that the coffee shop would actually be your kitchen. How do we make it easy for everyone to work with what they have access to? Just because we're Google doesn't mean that we don't think that our customers don't have a Mac or an iOS device. So we want to make sure that we're inclusive in terms of how we think about the environments that people work in and they operate in, and how we make it easy for them to bring that and be productive at work.
Chrome, we have these principles that have existed since we launched around security, simplicity, speed, and stability. And that really guides everything we do. Jamf has been a great partner and proponent for this work on Zero Trust too. Our teams work close together to make sure that's integrated and seamless and not getting in the way of people doing work.
If you have Jamf installed, it comes into the BeyondCorp Alliance, so we can attest that the device is actually secure. So those are the kinds of things that kind of build that ecosystem of security and productivity for end users.
Hi, my name is Katie Dunn, Senior Alliance Partner Manager for Microsoft here at Jamf. And you guessed it, our next partner recap is Microsoft. So this was my first JNUC. It was an amazing event. And so many people I had the chance to meet and talk to throughout each day were so extremely eager and excited to hear what Microsoft and Jamf are doing together. What is this partnership doing to capture the experience users love while also improving and driving that organizational trust, which were the two reoccurring themes of JNUC this year. So there was immediate energy and buzz from the keynote audience as Jason Rozak, who is the Microsoft Chief Product Officer of Endpoint Manager, took the stage by video. And it was no wonder there was so much buzz, since Microsoft is the most used cloud identity provider across the world and across Jamf Nation, as Jason noted. He was excited to announce the expansion of our collaboration together. So let's hear it from him.
Microsoft is the trusted advisor to CIOs and CISOs around the world. We provide IT and security teams a comprehensive source of truth, and we do that more effectively with inventory and data shared by Jamf. We're so excited to expand on this collaboration by working with Jamf to support the latest enrollment SSO and platform SSO capabilities. And of course, we're excited about Jamf's next generation support of Microsoft Intune device compliance that's coming soon. Device compliance was our first co-development project years ago. Thousands of customers have adopted it, and with this new capability, Jamf and Microsoft are making it even easier for organizations to trust every person and device accessing their network.
We're so excited for this next generation in our device compliance partnership. But while these capabilities are getting spruced up backstage and ready for their big launch, there's so many great Jamf and Microsoft breakout sessions available for you to watch now on demand to enable you with tools and learnings and advice that you can implement today to provide a first-class, seamless, and secure Microsoft experience across all your Apple endpoints. And so while some of the Microsoft sessions at JNUC were really filled with this type of great management and admin advice, others focused on security. So these days, there is a greater need for security to play a more central role in device management. And that's really what makes our partnership with Microsoft so special. Simon Binder, who is a Microsoft MVP and a digital workplace architect at Telia Cygate, said, Jamf is the leader in Mac OS security. Microsoft is the leader in identity protection. Together, they're even stronger. And Simon led a JNUC session on understanding Jamf Pro and conditional access.
We have conditional access. Why not use it? Don't see conditional access just as another security solution. Use it together with all of your other Jamf solutions to create a powerful integration and a stronger security posture. Integration and cooperation is key, not to have best-of-breed solutions that do not speak to each other.
And then lastly, there was a session highlighting an upcoming integration improvement to be available in Q4 of 2022. So really soon, and we're really looking forward to it. Jamf's Travis Senor, Senior Product Manager, and Ben Whitus, Product Specialist, tell us about this Jamf and Microsoft partner integration enhancement. Let's hear a little bit of what they had to say.
Given the new architecture for iOS, it made sense to bring this same flexibility and more granular control over to macOS. In this diagram, end users on the Mac must enroll their device into Jamf Pro, and the registration experience still uses self-service and still uses the Microsoft Company Portal. Like always like as before for the Mac. The device analysis and compliance calculation leverages the power of Jamf Smart Groups to perform ongoing device analysis and health check. If the device is compliant, access to company resources is granted, and if not, it's revoked and remediation occurs.
I would highly recommend watching these sessions and all the great Microsoft-related sessions on demand. And I can't wait to see how Microsoft and Jamf will continue working together and what great things are on the horizon for JNUC 2023.
Hi, I'm Brianna, Security Partnerships Manager at Jamf. Security is more important than ever. Jamf and our security partners are on the front line, doing everything we can to protect Apple devices from the ever-looming threats and vulnerabilities that come with being in a more connected world. At JNUC, our Jamf security-focused partners brought these stories to life, giving our customers practical tips and strategies to elevate the level of security within their organizations. On this next clip, Red Canary talks about their partnership with Jamf. The most important reason they give for working with Jamf is malware protection for macOS. They also talk about how together we amplify Apple native support. Jamf provides all of the telemetry needed to be truly effective at detection and response in an Apple environment, and they also provide a demo of how the integration actually works.
With that telemetry that Jamf Protect provides, in addition to native blocking, we're able to supplement and enhance that with our custom response playbooks. So this lets you utilize Jamf Pro integrations to isolate an affected endpoint, get email or Slack notifications, trigger off of other products operating in your environment, all within Red Canary. So combining Jamf threat intelligence with Red Canaries really lets us both get better together. And this extends to unwanted applications or riskware software that we see too. But where this gets especially cool is when we start to dig into how Jamf and Red Canary work together to find novel and more difficult threats. Using Jamf Protect as a base, both the native alerts as well as the telemetry, Red Canary digs into those with our expert humans. We can hop over into the Red Canary portal. In this case, we have a number of different endpoints that are checking in and sending us telemetry. So utilization of some peer-to-peer software, we can see this down into the process level, getting this information from Jamf Protect, where then we're able to configure and take various remediation actions off of it. So this can be endpoint isolation, notifications, all the various pieces that let us remediate the threat that we see.
If you're a commercial customer in the SaaS world, you're well aware of SOC 2 compliance and how it's a vendor requirement for some of your own customers. Apple device management is key to maintaining SOC 2 compliance, especially in the era of hybrid and remote work environments. Jamf can implement the controls needed to obtain these certifications, but the third-party audit process can be very complicated and time-consuming if done manually. One of our customers, Takumi Nakanashi from Audify, spoke at JNUC about their path to SOC 2 with Jamf and how integrating Drata made it possible to continue scaling the business. Building SOC 2 controls and evidence collection into their IT processes allowed Audify to create both security and accountability within their organization. Takumi also spoke about the active Jamf Nation user group community in Japan. Splunk's SIM and SOAR platforms are highly used by many organizations, and nearly every Jamf product has a connector to send or process data in the platform. This session will cover some of the advanced workflows that you can do with Jamf data in the context of Splunk's SIM platform.
I'm going to talk about how you can set these up for both Jamf Pro and other Jamf products. And we're going to begin with the Splunk add-on. The Splunk add-on is the main solution that most people use. It's a TA that's available on Splunk Base. You also have access to Cloud Premium access logs and change management logs. Protect, Compliance, Reporter, and Radar are configured within their own product.
The vulnerability reporting, I find it really helpful to dashboard that. It lets me show continuous improvement over time. In this particular dashboard, you can see that we've got a pie chart showing at a glance the vulnerability state by severity, the number of Macs we scanned, the unique vulnerabilities versus a total count. The bottom row here, these are the top 10 worst Macs in your fleet that are probably worthy of additional attention. Are they failing to patch? Is there something else wrong? Are they offline when patching takes place? What's going on? And these ones might be the ones to give a little bit of extra attention to improve your vulnerability counts.
This dashboard, from a high-level overview, should give you some basic insights. Instead of teaching you how to use Splunk queries, I'm just going to paste my code into GitHub. So let's take a look at the dashboard from top to bottom.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Morawicki, and I'm a Solution Partner Manager on our Technical Partnerships and Alliances team here at Jamf. To kick things off, we'll meet Eric Henry from one of our strategic solution partners, Carousel Digital Signage. During their session, Unleashing the Power of Apple TV in the Classroom, Eric and JJ will dive into how you can use Carousel and Jamf together to create an environment where students feel safe, informed, and connected.
It's just fun to think about how Apple TV in the classroom really unleashes the learning potential, which obviously there's many other great solution providers that Jamf and Apple work with that really unleash the power of Apple TV. And Carousel plays an important role in terms of delivering a lot of that content messaging to those screens to really increase the value of that already great investment. Some powerful things about this integration, and there really is nothing else like it. Every Apple TV in the school can shift over to the morning announcements and begin playing them without anybody having to configure any buttons or click anything or even exit an AirPlay session.
Next up, we'll hear from Ted Chen, co-founder of one of Jamf's solution partners, Lifesaver Mobile. During his session, DND while driving for the enterprise, powered by Jamf and Lifesaver Mobile, Ted will take us through how you can extend the value of your Jamf Pro license and create a safer driving environment by deploying their Do Not Disturb while driving integration across your mobile fleet.
We are really excited to talk to you today about what we do in conjunction with Jamf, and we help bring an interesting use case to companies that use iOS devices for fleets and their driving employees. We talk about it as Do Not Disturb while driving for the enterprise, basically taking away that phone distraction from those employees while they're driving for their employers. We're software, a mobile app-based solution deployed over the air, so there's no hardware. It's stopping the problem before it's too late, and being proactive is certainly a better way to go when it comes to safety, driving safety especially. Our partner solution with Jamf is something that we think can bring a lot of value to you as if your company is operating a fleet of vehicles.
Today, technology asset data exists in numerous systems, making it difficult to really get a unified picture for IT. In the session IT Process Automation with Umnitsa and Jamf, Trent Seed, co-founder and chief architect at Umnitsa, shows us how to establish a single pane of glass that allows you to automate technology-related processes.
I've been developing software for the last 20 years, and for the past 10 years, I've had the pleasure of pursuing Umnitsa and helping organizations effectively manage their enterprise technology at scale. To start, let's talk a little bit about enterprise technology management. Organizations have long used systems of record for key elements of their business. You may have a Salesforce to manage your customer relations, you may have a Workday for your human capital, and you may have an Oracle NetSuite for your ERP. In today's increasingly complex environment, it's imperative that organizations also have a system of record for their technology, which is the ETM solution. By management, we're really referring to managing the lifecycle of your technology from the very beginning, typically time of purchase, all the way through deployment, monitoring, securing, servicing, as well as end of life. I've mentioned a few times that Umnitsa's ETM enables you to automate business processes across your enterprise technology. This is made possible via the workflow engine. We also have an API block, which we can add to the workflow, which comes with a catalog of presets. So if I want to send a message on Slack or create a ticket in ServiceNow, or even update a device in Jamf, it's very easy to simply drop in the API block, select your preset, and you're up and running. Umnitsa helps streamline the offboarding or refresh of a device. So when we offboard an employee's endpoints, we can leverage a solution like Retriever or Ship Engine and our API block to automatically send a shipping box to the employee to collect their device. And upon receipt of that device by the organization, we can have a workflow automatically delete or remove a computer in Jamf. In the API-enabled world that we live in, you can aggregate the data for better visibility, which paves the way towards improving your organization's security, compliance, audit, finance, as well as employee experience.
Hi there, I'm Nadia and I'm our Solution Partner Manager for APAC and our Technical Partnerships and Alliances team here at Jamf. With a few years hiatus, JNUC 2022 was announced and on track with full momentum. As part of the Tech Partnerships and Alliances team, I'm going to share a few highlights from our partner sessions at JNUC on who they are and their stories with their integrations with Jamf. These sessions provide insights for some exciting and innovative ways to help Mac admins across the globe in all industries with tips, best practices, and solutions that showcase how Jamf and our partners help organizations manage and secure Apple at work. First, let's take a sneak peek on the session, Jamf Solution Partner Panel Spotlight, and meet some of our partners on this session. Ashish Patia, Beyond Identity, Don Rakusak, Fillet, Beyond Hall, Hidden App, and Trent Seed from Omnitsa. For more details for these solutions, you can find them in our marketplace.jamf.com or watch the full session, Jamf Solution Partner Panel.
These days, attackers, they don't break into your systems, they log into your systems, and that is what Beyond Identity protects. We are the first layer of defense and provide strong, access mechanisms to the end users. And our integration is another critical area. We rely on ecosystem partners like Jamf to ensure that the users are accessing these critical resources, typically behind a single sign-on platform. They're coming in from managed devices.
Hi, I'm Don Rakusak. I'm a product director at Follett School Solutions. Follett provides content, technology, and services designed to help schools and districts reach their goals. The product that I represent at Follett is called Destiny Resource Manager. Our customers, K-12 districts, are trying to manage one-to-one device programs for students and staff as easily as possible. They use our product Destiny Resource Manager to track which devices are being used at each school and which students or staff those devices have been assigned to. Our integration with Jamf Pro ensures that the staff who are managing these programs have accurate information on which devices are currently owned and active, which eliminates the need for any redundant data maintenance regarding these devices.
Thanks very much. I'm Bjorn Hall. I'm CEO of Hidden App, and Hidden App is a security-focused IT asset management platform. Our primary purpose is to protect your organization's MacBooks, iPads, and iPads against theft and loss through our device recovery feature-rich toolset, I'd say. Essentially, we're all about device recovery, not locking and wiping, but you can do that as well. I would say that our bold, overarching guiding mission is to ultimately eliminate institutional device loss.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Trent. I'm one of the co-founders and the chief architect of Umnitsa. And Umnitsa is really the first enterprise technology management solution that enables organizations to manage the lifecycle of all technology assets from onboarding all the way to end of life from a single source of truth.
And we know that typically if they're using Apple devices, they're going to use Jamf Pro to manage those devices. So we wanted to ensure that we could leverage that data in Jamf Pro to make it easy for Destiny Resource Manager to be implemented side by side with Jamf Pro in our mutual districts.
Well, about 18 months ago, as we moved up market to serve more enterprise level customers and indeed acquired the likes of Southern Lehigh in the process, it was clear that most of our biggest customers were using Jamf as their NDMM while deploying Hidden App alongside it to kind of boost their fleet security toolset. So it just seemed a bit of a no-brainer for us to better serve our customers to build out an integration.
Coming up next is Stephen Short from Disco. Here, Stephen demonstrates how to accomplish automations and Okta workflows using Jamf APIs without scripting.
We're a legal tech company based in Austin, Texas, and my role focuses on identity management between multiple apps and services using Okta single sign-on and also managing all of our Apple devices using Jamf. What is Okta Workflows? In short, it's a no-code automation platform, and it makes the process of automating actions between Jamf and Okta much easier to test and to implement. We're going to take a look at 4 different examples today. So we'll take a look at reinstalling the Jamf framework, locking devices when someone exits, so that could be iOS or Macs, adjusting static groups, so kind of almost treating them dynamically as if they were a smart group in Jamf. And then finally, we'll take a look at unlocking kind of local Mac user accounts using an Okta workflow automation.
From our next session, meet Stephen Wick and Derry Tufan from Trip Actions. Here you will hear more on how, through automations and integrations added in configuring, standing up Zoom rooms quickly and remotely utilizing Workato with custom Jamf Pro connectors and Jamf setup.
I am Stephen Wick. I am a senior endpoint engineer at TripActions, and I have been utilizing Jamf for about 10 years to solve different technical challenges. And this is my colleague, Deary.
Hi everyone, my name is Derry and I'm the leading the TripActions endpoint engineering teams that manage not only Macs but also Windows 10 or 11 fleets.
We started by researching potential solutions. Shout out to James Smith and his article about automated Zoom room configuration for the extension attributes. This really showed us our solution was possible. First, we needed to set up the resources in Zoom and then create extension attributes for the activation code from Zoom. And then once those two pieces were in place, we utilized the inventory preload within Jamf to dump the information onto the record for the iOS and the Mac devices.
Workato is the leading enterprise automation platforms. Workato helps you to automate business workflow across cloud and on-premise apps. For example, automates code-to-code CAS business processes, which may involve transferring data between apps such as Salesforce, NetSuite, Bill.com, and Aptos. Each recipe comprises of trigger and one or more actions that are carried out when a trigger event is picked up. And then it has also a connection. So connection is when you start building a recipe. The first step is establishing a connections between a Workato and an app.
Thank you kindly for joining us today and hearing from some of our partners and their stories from a few sessions presented at JNUC 22. If you have any questions, please reach out to us here at solutionpartners@jamf.com or check out marketplace.jamf.com for more details on solutions seen in these sessions. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you, team. Another big item that was discussed at JNUC was the use of Jamf APIs. One of the most important changes coming to the APIs was covered by our friends at IBM. I'll let them take it away to explain the changes coming to the classic Jamf API.
With the impending change from Classic to token-based authentication on the Classic API, we must begin switching all of our scripts to use tokens so that IBM can continue modernizing our program and upgrading the JPS when new versions are released.
For those who may not have heard of bearer tokens, you may be familiar with the concept of bearer bonds, where the holder of the bond is the owner of the asset. The concept here is much the same. Simply, the token can be described as a machine-generated cryptic string. It is an access token used by the OAuth authorization framework that Johnny just mentioned in the previous slide. In order to generate the token, we use basic authentication to send a post to the auth token endpoint. This will then generate this JSON object that you see here on the screen, which contains both the token itself and the token expiry, as seen on the screen. Some features to highlight are that the token is stateless. Unlike your username and password that are stored in a database somewhere, the token is self-contained with all the information needed for authenticating the request being made. Additionally, these tokens are lightweight, as Johnny mentioned. They are not very resource intensive on either the client or the server. This is all just forewarning to all of us to prepare our environments for these changes. Update your scripts and workflows as necessary.
More information about that change to the bearer token can be found on the Jamf developer portal. In addition, we also had some examples of what is possible with the Jamf API. I'll let Damo take it away with his take with the Shortcuts app.
Aside from the things that you might first have pop into your head when you think about shortcuts, there are a lot of tools that it provides that can make life easier for admins. So to quickly go through those, you can run scripts from shortcuts. You can drop in any of your current scripts into this action and have variables pipe in or out of it as well. So straight out of the gate, you might be able to do a little bit more with your scripts if you're holding them in shortcuts. You can run scripts over SSH from your mobile. We have scan QR or barcode. It's the best one that I've been able to work out. So I would highly recommend, if you're able to, put at least a little QR of just the serial number on your asset tags on your devices to open up a lot of the possibilities we're talking about here. Now we get to the examples. This one, I believe, is a restart. So tap the shortcut, scan the QR, just lift it up there so you can see what's happening on the device. And so I've got a whole bunch of commands there. And where's restart device? Tap that, hey presto, it completes running and it's in the process of restarting. So all sorts of fun you can have applying commands right there.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I support the partner program for the healthcare industry and workflow. And in 2022 JNUC, we had 9 healthcare-related sessions, each of which you'll be able to see on YouTube in just a couple weeks. But I did want to give you a sneak peek in one, a session hosted by Liam Donnelly and Jack Hollister from Jigsaw 24, a professional organization that implements, supports, and manages Jamf products for customers. Their session, Scaling Apple Devices in the Global Pandemic, shares their incredible journey across 2 large rapid deployments and how Jamf technologies like smart groups, APIs, and amazing third-party Jamf utilities like the Mutt help them provide services that let the NHS administer up to 500,000 COVID tests a day. Make sure to check out this session in full and all the other healthcare sessions in just a few weeks.
At the start of the project, when we was looking at what tools that was going to be used, we identified Jamf Pro as being the best tool for the job. We wanted to be able to expedite and make deployment as efficient as possible. So things like the Jamf Smart Groups, and the Jamf API really were sort of like key unique features that we needed for this project to be a success.
Utilizing this approach and utilizing Jamf-specific technology and smart groups, we're able to do this. So at certain stages during the build, you'll kind of notice that things are happening at certain times. And then as we sort of went through that process, we then had a Azure serverless function running in the background to help automate a lot of and sort of automatically push out a lot of the things that would typically be manual. And one of those is enable data roaming. Enabling data roaming is only possible as a sort of a remote command. So we needed a way to do that without any sort of manual intervention and without having to go in and log into the Jamf console for us to do that ourselves. We used a Mac application called Mutt, which is essentially stands for Mass Update Tool. And this is a really good solution because it allows you to mass upload data within your Jamf environment. And then just finally on this one, just to touch on some of the technology that we use within Test and Trace. Your serverless functions and the API, again, really, really useful, enabling us to automate some of the setup.
What an incredible recap of everything partner. What an incredible recap of everything partner, integration, and API related at JNUC 2022. I hope this session has given you something to look forward to. Perhaps you've started to build your playlist of JNUC sessions that you want to watch in full. As a reminder, all of these sessions can be seen today on the JNUC conference platform, and they'll migrate to YouTube starting December 1st. I want to thank the whole team for helping me out today. I want to thank you for spending time with us. And I want to thank our partners for helping us build a stronger Jamf ecosystem. If you want to learn more about any of these integrations and others, visit jamf.com/marketplace or reach out to your Jamf account teams. Thanks and have a great day.